All right, hey everyone, and welcome. Are you ready to take a deep dive into the world of Fernanda Torres?
I am. She's a fascinating figure.
Yeah, a true Brazilian icon.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about another famous actress.
Right.
You've picked someone with a story,
Oh, yeah.
a legacy, all intertwined with Brazilian cinema
Yeah.
and a career that's, still going strong.
It keeps evolving. Absolutely. I'm excited to unpack her journey with you
Yeah, me too.
from those early days on stage
Yeah.
to that history-making Golden Globes.
Okay, so let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Fernanda Torres was born in 1965.
Okay.
And her family tree, it reads like a who's who of Brazilian theater and film.
Right.
Her mother, of course, being the legendary Fernanda Montenegro.
Exactly.
And we're talking Oscar nominee, international acclaim.
A true trailblazer.
Absolutely.
And her father, Fernando Torres, also a respected figure in the industry.
Yeah, she grew up immersed in this world, surrounded by creativity, the magic of storytelling.
It's almost like she inherited this passion for the arts, wouldn't you say?
Right. But she doesn't shy away from, poking fun at it a little bit.
Yeah.
At a film independent event. She joked about being forced into acting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said, she dreamed of being a doctor,
Uh-huh.
but her parents destroyed her life by, constantly taking her to the theater.
Taking her to the theater, yeah. I love that. I mean, it's a funny anecdote,
Yeah.
but it also kind of reveals, this push and pull. Because even with that playful resistance,
Yeah.
she steps onto the stage at just 13 years old.
No.
And by 1980,
Okay.
she's already making waves on Brazilian television in the soap opera Final de Festa.
So clearly a natural. And, soap operas are a big deal in
It's a
Brazil.
huge deal.
Yeah.
They hold such a significant place in Brazilian culture.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Think of it like a daily dose of drama,
Yeah.
intrigue. It's a shared experience that brings families together.
Right.
Appearing in one, especially at that young age.
Yeah.
Really a big deal for a young actress.
So she was already making a name for herself early on. And from there, her career really took off.
It did.
Roles in popular productions like Os Normes, Tapas y Beijos,
Yeah.
and even starring alongside her mother in the film Casa Diaria.
Exactly. This early period really showcases her versatility and range.
Yeah.
I mean, she moves effortlessly between comedy, drama,
Yeah.
and working alongside, some of Brazil's biggest names.
Right.
But then, at just 20 years old, something remarkable happens.
Okay.
Fernanda wins Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival for her role in E Se Que Vous Te Amar.
Wow. Now, for those of us not as familiar with the film world,
Right, yeah.
how big of a deal is winning at Cannes?
Oh, it's massive. It's huge. Imagine the Oscars, but
Yeah.
with this, international focus,
Okay.
attracting the best of the best from all around the globe.
Okay.
It's a launching pad for careers.
Right.
And it puts filmmakers and actors on this world stage.
Right.
And Fernanda, at 20, becomes the first Brazilian woman to ever win Best Actress at this prestigious festival.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
She must have been over the moon.
You would think, right?
But wait, didn't she actually miss the award ceremony?
She did. She was back in Brazil filming a soap opera. Talk about dedication to her craft.
Wow.
It's almost symbolic, this constant balancing act between international acclaim
Yeah.
and her commitment to Brazilian productions.
Right.
I mean, it speaks volumes about her work ethic.
Yeah, it really does. It's like she's grounded in her roots, even while reaching for those international heights.
Absolutely. And speaking of being grounded, let's talk about her personal life.
Okay.
She's been married to director Andrusha Waddington since 1997.
Okay.
Now, this connection's fascinating because his production company, Conspiracem Films, is behind some major Brazilian films.
Wait a minute. Is that the same Waddington family behind O Alto da Compadecida 2?
That's right.
That hilarious comedy.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you see, her story's interwoven with this, intricate web of talent and legacy within the Brazilian film industry.
It really is.
It's more than just individual achievements. It's about the shared passion
Yeah.
for storytelling that seems to run through generations.
Through generations.
Really like a Brazilian dynasty. And they have 2 sons, right?
That's right.
Both following in their parents' footsteps, becoming actors.
They are. And despite being surrounded by, this world of fame, Fernanda and Andrusha are known for being quite private.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they make very few public appearances. choosing to focus on their work and family.
I respect that. Like, they understand the power of separating the art from the celebrity.
Exactly, and it allows her to delve deeper into her craft. This brings us to another exciting chapter in her career, writing.
Okay.
Her first novel, Fim, was published in 2013
Wow.
and later adapted for television on Globoplay.
Wait, so for those of us who might not be familiar, can you tell us a bit more about what Globoplay is?
Sure, it's like the Brazilian equivalent of, Netflix or Hulu.
Oh, okay.
It's a streaming platform that's incredibly popular in Brazil,
Okay.
offering a mix of, original content, popular shows.
So having your work adapted for Globoplay is kind of a big
A
deal.
huge deal. Absolutely. It means reaching a massive audience.
Right.
And further solidifying your presence in Brazilian pop culture.
Okay, so she wrote the novel.
Mm-hmm.
She adapted it for the screen herself.
Itself, yeah.
Wow. I'm already sensing a pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be drawn to exploring, like, different facets of storytelling.
You're catching on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop with Fim.
Okay.
She's also written Set Anos, a collection of chronicles, and A Gloria, y Seu Cortejo de Horrores, a novel exploring the life of a middle-aged actor.
Wow.
It's like she's constantly challenging herself, pushing the boundaries of her creative expression.
That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
So we have this multi-talented actress diving into writing, adapting her own work for a major streaming platform. And then, bam, she wins a Golden Globe for I'm Still Here.
Right.
That's a whole other level of recognition.
It is. This win is significant for many reasons.
Yeah.
First, it's for her performance in a film.
Right.
Showing she's still a force to be reckoned with in that realm.
Uh-huh.
Second, it puts her on an international stage alongside Hollywood heavyweights.
I mean, she was up against some pretty big names, right?
She was.
Didn't I read that Angelina Jolie and Nicole Kidman were also nominated?
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Whoa.
She was competing against, established A-listers.
Yeah.
And she won.
Wow.
It's a testament to her talent, the power of her performance,
Yeah.
the impact of the film itself.
Okay.
It's no wonder Vanity Fair called her a Brazilian icon, praising her portrayal as a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, so we've covered her early life,
Right.
her family legacy,
Right.
her successes in both film and television,
Yes.
her foray into writing,
Uh-huh.
and now a Golden Globe win. Is there anything this woman can't do?
It seems not.
She's like a creative powerhouse.
She really is. And I think what's fascinating is how all these pieces kind of fit together. It's not just a random collection of achievements.
Yeah.
There's a through line, this dedication to storytelling
Right.
in its various forms.
You're right, but there's more, right? Didn't she also collaborate on a project with her brother?
You're thinking of Redentor, a film directed by her brother, Claudio Torres, which won Best Director at the Gran Premio de Cinema Brasileiro.
Wow.
It seems like this creative spirit runs in the family.
It really does, and it makes you wonder, what is it about Fernanda Torres that allows her to move so seamlessly between these different creative worlds?
That is a great question. What do you think is the driving force
Yeah.
behind her artistic choices?
Yeah, is it a constant need to challenge herself?
Yeah.
A desire to explore different mediums of expression?
I think it's a bit of both. There's a clear sense of curiosity there,
Yeah.
a willingness to push boundaries and embrace new experiences.
Yeah.
She could have easily just stayed within that comfortable lane of acting.
Right, especially given her early success
Exactly.
and family background.
Right.
You'd think, okay, that's it. But
She could have just ridden that wave, but she chose to branch out, to delve into writing, to collaborate with family on different projects.
Yeah.
It just suggests a very deep-seated desire to explore different facets of storytelling.
it's like she's not afraid to take risks, to step outside of her comfort zone
Yeah,
and try something new.
exactly. And that fearlessness is reflected in her choice of roles, projects.
Yeah.
She doesn't shy away from complex characters or challenging themes. It's as if she's constantly seeking to understand the human condition through different lenses, different mediums.
That's so interesting. And, when you think about it, that willingness to take risks,
Yeah.
to embrace the unknown, that's a valuable lesson for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's about stepping outside of those self-imposed limitations
Yes,
and exploring our own creative potential.
exactly. Fernanda Torres' journey reminds us that, growth and evolution often come from pushing ourselves
Yeah.
beyond what's familiar.
All right, so we've established that Fernanda is a risk taker, boundary pusher.
Mm-hmm.
But what about her work itself?
Right.
What themes or ideas do you see recurring in her acting and writing?
That's a great question. One theme that really stands out is the exploration of human relationships,
Okay.
particularly the complexities of family dynamics.
Okay.
Think about her early film, Casa de Araya,
Yeah.
where she acted alongside her mother. The film itself deals with these intricate bonds between mothers and daughters, the weight of legacy,
Yeah.
and the search for individual identity within a family structure.
And didn't her novel Femme also deal with family dynamics?
It did.
But in a completely different way.
Completely different way. Yeah, Femme takes a darker,
Okay.
more satirical approach.
Okay.
It revolves around the death of a patriarch
Mm-hmm.
and the unraveling secrets and tensions within his family.
Wow.
It's a sharp commentary on societal expectations, family secrets,
Yeah.
the fragility of human relationships.
So even though she's exploring this theme of family in different ways,
Yes,
there's a consistent thread
there is.
throughout her work. It's like she's fascinated by the power dynamics, the unspoken tensions,
Yeah.
and those enduring bonds.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
really shape who we are.
Exactly. And it's not just about, blood ties.
Right.
Her work also delves into that broader sense of community, belonging, and how our interactions with others shape our sense of self.
It's fascinating how she weaves these ideas into both her acting roles and her writing.
Yes.
It suggests a very cohesive artistic vision.
Yes.
This desire to understand and portray the complexities of human connection across different media.
Different mediums.
But let's circle back to her decision to adapt Femme
Okay.
for television. What do you think motivated that choice? Was it about reaching a wider audience
It could be.
or exploring a different aspect of the story?
I believe it was a combination of factors.
Right.
Adapting your own work gives you this unique level of control
Right.
over the narrative, the visual representation of your ideas.
Right.
It allows you to translate the essence of your story into a different medium.
Okay.
And by partnering with Globoplay,
Yeah.
she ensured that Femme reached a vast audience within Brazil, further solidifying her influence and impact on the cultural landscape.
That makes sense. It's she's not content with just telling a story.
Yeah.
She wants to explore every avenue to bring it to life,
Yeah,
to share it with the world.
precisely.
Yeah.
And this multifaceted approach to storytelling
Yeah.
is what makes Fernanda Torres such a captivating figure. She's constantly evolving,
Yeah.
experimenting, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
I'm also curious about her decision to remain relatively private, especially given the public nature of her profession.
Right.
Do you think this choice has impacted her career in any way?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
On one hand, maintaining that level of privacy allows her to focus on her craft without the distractions of, constant media scrutiny.
Yeah.
It might also add an air of mystique,
Right.
making her work even more intriguing to audiences.
Interesting.
On the other hand, in today's world where social media presence is often seen as almost a necessity for celebrities,
Yeah.
her choice to remain private might limit her reach
Right.
or influence in certain circles.
That's a good point. It's like a double-edged sword.
It is.
But I admire her commitment
Yeah.
to separating her personal life from her, artistic endeavor.
Artistic endeavor.
It suggests a deep understanding of the power of her work
Yeah,
and this desire to let it speak for itself.
absolutely. And I think, ultimately her work does speak for itself. Her talent, her dedication, and her unique artistic vision shine through in every project that she undertakes.
Okay, so we've discussed her family legacy, her risk-taking nature,
Yes.
her recurring themes, her decision to adapt her work,
Right.
and her choice to, maintain privacy.
Maintain privacy.
Is there anything else about Fernanda Torres that you find particularly fascinating?
You know what I find the most compelling is her unwavering commitment to her craft.
Okay.
Whether she's acting, writing, or collaborating on a project,
Right.
there's this sense of dedication, a meticulous attention to detail
Right.
that just elevates her work.
Yeah.
You know, she's not just going through the motions.
Right.
She's fully invested in the creative process, pushing herself to explore, you know, new depths, new perspectives.
It's like she's constantly striving for excellence, always seeking to, like, improve and refine her craft.
Refine her craft.
And that's inspiring no matter what field you're in.
Absolutely. Fernanda Torres' journey is a testament to the power of a dedication, hard work,
Yeah.
and a relentless pursuit of artistic expression.
So after this incredible deep dive into her life and career, what stands out to you the most? What is it about Fernanda Torres that leaves a lasting impression?
For me, it's her ability to seamlessly navigate
Yeah.
between these different creative worlds while remaining true to her own artistic vision.
Yeah.
She's a master storyteller, whether she's embodying a character on screen, crafting a compelling narrative on the page, or collaborating with others to bring a shared vision to life. She is a force to be reckoned with, a true icon of Brazilian culture.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, she's left me feeling incredibly inspired and, you know, eager to see what she does next.
Right.
So where do we go from here? What's the next chapter in the Fernanda Torres saga?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Given her track record, it's impossible to predict.
Yeah.
Will she continue to captivate us with her on-screen performances? Will she pen another thought-provoking novel?
Right.
Will she surprise us with a completely unexpected creative endeavor?
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And that's what makes Fernanda Torres so captivating. She's unpredictable, she's constantly evolving, and she's not afraid to take risks.
Exactly. And I think that's the perfect note to leave our listener on.
Yeah, it's like she's this constant source of creative energy, always pushing the boundaries and challenging herself.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been such a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It really has. You know, we've gone from those early days on the stage to international acclaim, explored her ventures into writing, and uncovered the threads that connect, you know, her diverse body of work.
And I think what makes her story even more intriguing
Yeah.
is that it's still unfolding. There's so much more she can achieve.
Right.
So many more stories she can tell.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, she's not a static figure frozen in time.
Right.
She's a dynamic artist who continues to evolve and surprise us.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you, our listener, with a question.
Okay.
Given everything we've learned about Fernanda Torres,
Yeah.
her talent, her range,
Yeah.
her family legacy, her dedication to her craft,
Her craft.
what do you think is next for her? What direction do you see her taking?
Right.
Will she continue to act,
Yeah.
write, or perhaps venture into something entirely new?
It's an exciting question to ponder.
Yeah.
And I think the answer lies not just in her past accomplishments, but in her constant desire to explore,
Right.
to challenge herself, and to push those boundaries of creative expression.
She's a true inspiration,
Yeah.
reminding us that creativity has no limits
Absolutely.
and that the journey of an artist is a continuous exploration, full of surprises
Yeah.
and endless possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
So keep your eyes peeled for what Fernanda Torres does next.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she's going to keep us all captivated for years to come. It's like she's this constant source of creative energy, always pushing the boundaries and challenging herself. This deep dive has been such a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It really has. You know, we've gone from those early days on the stage to international acclaim,
Yeah.
explored her ventures into writing, and uncovered the threads that connect, you know, her diverse body of work.
And I think what makes her story even more intriguing is that it's still unfolding. There's so much more she can achieve.
Right.
So many more stories
Yeah.
she can tell.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, she's not a static figure frozen in time.
Right?
She's a dynamic artist who continues to evolve and surprise us.
Exactly. Cool. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you, our listener, with a question.
Okay.
Given everything we've learned about Fernanda Torres,
Yeah.
her talent, her range,
Yeah.
her family legacy, her dedication to her craft,
Her grasp.
What do you think is next for her?
Hmm.
What direction do you see her taking?
Right.
Will she continue to act?
Yeah.
Right? Or perhaps venture into something entirely new?
It's an exciting question to ponder.
Yeah.
And I think the answer lies not just in her past accomplishments, but in her constant desire to explore,
Right.
to challenge herself, and
Yeah.
to push those boundaries of creative expression.
She's a true inspiration,
Right.
reminding us that creativity has no limits
Absolutely.
and that the journey of an artist is a continuous exploration, full of surprises
Yeah.
and endless possibilities.
Endless
So
possibilities.
you keep your eyes peeled for what Fernanda Torres does next. I have a feeling she's going to keep us all captivated for years to come. And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the incredible life and career of Fernanda Torres. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening, everyone.